Right, okay guys, we're going to create this brush now. Now this is what we've got set up. That's the link that we created last time. And of course we've got our plane and our tag in position. Now when I do this, there's going to be an error. It's not going to work as we expect it to. And I kind of want this to happen because I want to show you what can happen if you don't do the right thing. So to set our brush up, we need to make sure that it's all there as we've got it there. So it's facing upwards on the Y. So our link will basically start here and it will end here and then it will repeat. So this end will hit here and it will form a chain. So the brush we need to select is we need to go into the brush palette up here and go across to C, and then we need curve snap surface. Now at the moment it's got a default kind of object placed on this curve surface. So if we just painted with this, it wouldn't use this object. So we need to tell this brush to use this object. And we can easily do that by coming down to brush and then going into the modifiers. And we've got a mesh insert preview. I'm going to click that and then it will bring up the palette. And we can just select our appropriate one. Now make sure you pick the right one. It's called links 1. So I've named it so you can click it. And now you'll see the preview will update to this links 1. However, there's going to be a few problems. I'm going to turn this on. So this is the surface. Now we're on the ground plane, so this will be the plane that this brush will stick to. But let's have a look what happens. So the first thing I need to do is, well, I'll just try it with none of the settings set and do this. And we've got funky things going on. And it's all very strange. And the reason this has happened is we need to group our object because it's kind of trying to work it out. So if I come down here, you'll see that I've got triparts turned on. It's using more parts to create the curve. So I could turn this off and see what happens then. Now that's a lot more like we expect. And that's because we got the triparts, and you also see that this is updated to the right curve now. But there might be times when we want to use multiple parts. So the reason it went all funky is because, let me go back a couple, Control Z, is because this object, if we look at it as polyframes, are two different polygroups. This is one and this is another. So to get it work with triparts turned on, yeah, if you don't want to do this, of course you can turn triparts off in the brush palette and then get that final result. But if you want to do it with triparts turned on, you need to make sure in polygroups that you group visible, so it's one unit. Now if I come in and I go down to my brush and I just update it by clicking the same link and go down to my modifiers, and this time I'm turning triparts on and I'm turning stretch on. This just gets rid of slight inconsistencies and it will all link together nicely. You can turn weld points on so it welds between the points as well, which might be handy. So it will weld this to this if you like, or it will try to. So let us now, that can help with things like if you're trying to manipulate the curve, the geometry will stretch a little bit with it. So here we go. So now let's try it now with triparts turned on, and voila, perfect. Okay, so really cool. So I'm going to press Control Z, go back. I'm going to turn on my tags and I'm going to go to a top view. I'm just going to zoom in a little bit so I can see where I'm going, and then I'm going to put the start of my chain there, and I'm just going to go out and draw a lovely little chain going around and then finishing up roughly around here and releasing. And that's it. That's our chain completed. So now I can press the Control key, press it and drag, and it will release it, and we've now got our chain in position. Now the next video I'll be adjusting this chain link. I've used slightly different linkage for it, but you get the idea. So that's how to create the curve brush. I'll be talking about how to save this brush a bit later.